Hello, everybody. Welcome to Game Day Picks. I'm Tony T here from Tony'sPicks.com. We're with you Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Different live free picks for today's actions. So make sure you guys like, subscribe, and set those notifications. Be live with us. Get the picks in real time. Get the best numbers. And join us in the chat room for the conversation. And be a contributor to our show with your picks and commentary on the games. Always great to get that as well if you could. And before we get underway, just make note of a few things. Our promo code, you can save 20% off all premium pick packages. When you use that promo code TonyT at checkout, you can access our page by clicking the link in the description. Click the All Cappers tab, get signed up. Always love to hear from you guys. You can post your picks in the comments. And we are looking, and of course, over at our site. Our site is Tony'sPicks.com. We are a multi-capper site showcasing our top cappers in our industry. Click the links to the hot cappers to get signed up to their long-term passes. You see, for the year, Ramon Scott, 4,600 over 4,600 units of profit here, 4,800 units of profit here for the year. Top unit producer on the site. Ralph Raymond, hottest capper last 30 days. Morning Steam, the hottest cappers there the last 7 days. Nick's doing great work as well here on the site. Hollywood Sam, shout out to Nick with a 7-0 day yesterday. Collins with a big day yesterday as well. So go ahead and click the links, get signed up to our long-term passes. Center of the page is where you'll find our latest premium picks. Here are the tabs for our best bets of the day. Each capper can release one best bet from each sport. So we're locked and loaded here for Thursday. $15 premium pick is promotional. Each capper can designate a play from their card as a $15 premium pick to introduce their service to new and existing customers. Multi-packs also offer great value. So go ahead and get signed up. And if you'd like, you may purchase our plays from our pick ticker. On some of the lighter cards, it's a great idea to keep an eye on this pick ticker because some of the packages will break, of course, as games begin at various times. Here you'll get team versus team information. Lots of action here from our cappers. Even though in this limited card today, you see there's a lot of cappers in action here. So go ahead and purchase the plays a la carte if you wish as well. All right, so let's get underway here with Game Day Picks. With us here today, we got Ramon, Scott, and Mindy Han. So let's get underway here with Game Day Picks. Time for Mindy Han. You catch her over at Tony'sPicks.com. Also part of the Morning Steam. Bring her in right now. Mindy, what's happening?
Not too much, Tony. Just watching day baseball and, excited for more Team Steam plays here today. Of course. We've been on fire.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, it just seems the day baseball, they give it to us in bunches. I like to have it spread out a little bit more over the week, but we'll take it, right? We'll take it. No question about that. And the wait is over, Mindy. The wait is finally over. I don't know how. It's been a long time since we've talked hockey. They finally get on the ice. I guess they want to allow the NBA to get a lot of the talk here. I don't know what the story is with this NHL. They used to be ahead of the NBA in the playoffs. Now they're behind. But anyway,
yeah, that's what you said.
Tonight we got the Hurricanes, a really good defensive team against the Dragon Slayers. These Panthers who have been slaying the Dragon, the Bruins. And
right.
they've been working off that momentum here. And Hurricanes always a tough team, really good defensive, hard-checking team. They're favored here at home, minus 139 in Game 1. We see a total of 6.
Yeah, I mean, and that's where we're going to start with the Panthers, right? I mean, they have those big series wins over the Bruins and over the Toronto Maple Leafs here. The Hurricanes, they've taken out, the Islanders and the Devils. Both of these two teams here have basically made it with their superior offenses, kind of like how you talked about. Each team have scored exactly 40 goals here thus far in their first 2 rounds. The Panthers, they went over the total in all but one of their games versus the Bruins, and the Panthers have scored over 3 goals in all but one of their games in that 5-game series there with the Leafs. And then the Panthers defense, hasn't exactly been, stellar. They've allowed 37 goals here so far in the playoffs. Bobrovsky, he's allowed 2.82 goals on average with a 9.18 save percentage. In the Canes, we know, like you had talked about, they're a little bit better on defense here. They've only allowed 28 goals here so far in their 2 rounds. But again, all but one of their games went over the total versus the Devils in that series. And the Canes are 7-2 to the over in their last 10 games here. So I think you kind of see where I'm looking. I do think that Anderson is, the better goalie here in this matchup. But I think there's just going to be way too much offense on each side here. I think this one's going to get over the total. I know it's kind of been hovering around 5.5, 6. It looks like you can probably maybe go ahead and see where you can go ahead and get the best line in this one here tonight, Tony.
All right, Mindy here on Panthers Hurricanes over the 5.5 goals. I put 6 here. That's the sharpest book in the world right now, showing that 6. And right now I'm seeing many books at 5.5. So do your shopping, get the best ever. Mindy Grid here on the 5.5. And we see a lot of U.S. books here at that 5. And we put the sharp book here to let you know that Mindy's with the sharps, right on that over there. So always important here. There's no excuses these days not to get the best numbers, Mindy, with all these books out here.
Yeah, you got lots of places to take a look at and do your homework, Tony.
Yeah, and of course, we saw pretty much overs in that Jersey series, right, with Carolina, and of course, even in that Islanders, we saw lots of goals. We're seeing a lot of goals here in these playoffs. Who said we're going to get these unders in these postseasons? Although you can say that here, obviously here for Florida, as they really played well defensively here against Toronto. I was joking with the Toronto folks out there that like Toronto, they were pretty much stuck on 2 in that series.
Right, pretty much, right? I mean, if you take a look at, this Panthers team, I think they're really, fast on the ice. They have a lot of pretty good skill players also. And it's one of those, too, that, if you take a look at the Panthers, I mean, I couldn't find it, where they've had a total set at 5.5 in any of their games here this season. So this would be the first one. So we don't have any, real remarkable, which way we're going to go on this. But basically, I mean, I think that gives a good indication that with them in the game and whoever they're playing, the total is usually set at, 6 or higher. So I'm going to, if I take a look at that, just that 6 number, this Panthers team has gone over. And it's kind of been the same way here for Carolina as well. If that total's been sitting at 5.5, they're 16-14 to the over. And then that number gets a little bit better as you keep going up there, sitting at a total of 6. They were 6-3 to the over. So, I mean, for me, I kind of think that, with just the way that these two teams have been playing and what they've shown us so far, I know that in, a couple of, I was kind of looking back at maybe game ones, maybe those have been lower scoring, but it hasn't necessarily been the case, right? It's kind of as we've gone farther, those totals have stayed more, to the under here as well. And the last time these two teams played head to head, the final score was 10, right? It was Florida 4, Carolina 6. Of course, Lyon was in goal for Florida, so it's not really the same as having Bob there in the net. But Anderson was in goal here for the Canes. So again, I think this is one that I'm looking to hit the over tonight.
I got the over here. I'm just kind of looking here at some of these teams here trending here well on the kills here, power play kills. We'll see how the power play goes. We'll see how these teams they can play clean. But of course, with these Hurricanes, they really play that tough check. We got the over here, Panthers Hurricanes over 5.5. There's lots of 5.5s there on the marketplace. We're just showing you the sharpest book in the world when we put these lines up so you can compare. And this is how you line read, right? The sharp book here is at 6. The square books are at 5.5, and you pound the over there on the 5.5. Like we saw yesterday with that bet on line move, right? The owner there, Dalton Wagner, I've known of him for years. He used to. When I was working with the Meat Man, he used to sponsor the Meat Man's 3-hour show. $350,000 a year he would send. So this man is a very well respected bookmaker, and it's funny because I saw the 2 sharp books go to that 7.5 yesterday. I said, "Yep, they're not going to take the 7.5. They're going to take the 8s from these books," and that's what they did. And we saw, that really caught my attention yesterday with that big position Bet Online had on that Heat game, posting 7.5 when everybody else was at 8.5. So you knew the owner there was taking a strong stand there on that Heat game, and sure enough, the Heat win the game outright. They didn't need the 8.5, and that was a really strong indicator. And again, it's interesting when you look at the line moves and you see the sharps there, the guys that are in Vegas, not biting, not taking the bait and trying to take that 7.5, going and taking the 8s at those books. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. All right, so Mindy here, Panthers Hurricanes over 5.5. This one will have a start time here 8 Eastern time. This one is over on TNT. All right, Mindy, let's take a look over at Tony'sPicks.com for today's action. Of course, Mindy posted some good best records here. Nearly 800 units of profit with her best bets tonight. Well, we got limited action here from Major League Baseball. A lot of big games, NBA as well as NHL. What do you have going on over the site?
Yeah, so I have given out my 2 best plays here today. So I'm giving out, this total, and then I did the side on the morning show. So you could definitely go ahead and watch that back on rerun. But today, like you said, the cards started early here for Major League Baseball. So my 3-pack of plays have already gone off here for the day. But so what's left is I have a guaranteed best bet in the Lakers-Warriors game. And then, of course, I also have a best bet here in the Dodgers and Cardinals coming up tonight. So you can go ahead and get in some action with me tonight here on those. Make sure you use the promo code TonyT at checkout. But instead of getting these, a la carte, you might as well just go ahead and get something a little bit longer term. Probably a week-long package, a month-long package. Because guess what's starting? Guess what's going? It's the WNBA. We're going to get some more, pro action here every day as well. So we'll have even more stuff that us degenerate bettors can get in on every day here as well. So yeah, pick up one of those packages. And again, use that promo code TonyT at checkout.
That's right, guys. Got to go with Mindy Hunt over at Tony'sPicks.com. Great best bet record for the year, 800 units of profit. Mindy on the board tonight with action. 2 best bets here from the NBA, Lakers, Warriors, MLB, Dodgers, and Cardinals in action with best bets. So get on board and use that promo code TonyT at checkout. You'll save 20% off when you do that. Or, as Mindy was mentioning, the long-term passes, 3, 7, or 30-day pass. You can get 1 month all sports pass here from Mindy. Recovers the remainder of the playoffs here from the NBA. Rest of the finals, NHL finals as well is covered there. All of her baseball for 30 days and gets an action in WNBA. That's also part of Mindy's 1 month all sports pass. And of course, we'll save $66 off that 1 month. I'm just doing the math on this 1 month. You can use it on, you can get the 7-day pass and you do the math on your own there. $66 off that 1 month all sports pass. When you use that promo code TonyT at checkout, you can access Mindy's page by clicking the link you see there in the description. Click the All Cappers tab and you'll land right on Mindy's page. You go ahead and get signed up. All right, Mindy, we also put together a Twitter account for you that you control the keystrokes for. Tony's Picks Mindy, that's her. You'll find out more picks from Mindy and, of course, find out a little bit more about her service as well. Of course, another show in the archive here with the Morning Steve. And, of course, also content on the Discord.
So the play is out today in Major League Baseball on the Twitter account at Tony's Picks Mindy, which shows right there. So you can go ahead and check that one out. Again, we try to give out as many free picks as possible so you can kind of get a feel for how us handicappers, work. So maybe, my style of play is a little bit better, or Tony's style or Ramon's style. You have lots of folks that you can pick from here on the site. And that's our goal, is to bring you a little bit of everything. And then, of course, what we do is we try to get, some of the greatest minds on sports handicapping, Ramon and Mindy on the morning steam, where we come up with consensus plays, right? That is along with the chat, too. So we have lots of folks, about 80 of our best friends every day come and hang out with us, where we get, all of the steam, what's going to happen, where the sharps are, where the lines are moving, where the injuries are, who's playing, who's sitting out, all that kind of good stuff. So make sure you're there first thing so you can get the best lines here every morning with us. So we are live again tomorrow. Make sure you check us out. We are here every Monday, or every Wednesday through Monday, 8 a.m. Central Time. And then, of course, you can find us even, later or in more action on the Discord. So make sure you sign up for the Discord. Totally free. Tony has put the link here, in the chat, so you can go ahead and take a look at there as well. So yeah, make sure you join us again in the Discord, in the morning steam. You don't want to miss out on the latest sports betting informational news sources.
That's right, guys. Check out Mindy Hunt. All right, there on we got it here over at Tony's Picks Mindy there. Of course, you'll find more content. I have to go in there and fix the link because I forgot that one step again, and I got the wrong link up there, and it's showing a newer. I created a new link. It created a new link for the show, and again, There's just that one little step I got to do, and for some reason I didn't do it, so it created another link for the show. So I got to go back there and re-upload the little thumbnail, and I got to go here and also put in the link. I'll get the link there in the Discord in a second. Ramon give me plenty of time to do that, so I shouldn't even worry. So I'll have no problem with that. All right, so
Ramon's got the information. He has that giant brain loaded with everything that you could ever want about sports. I have to do a lot of homework. His is just easily
yeah, that's right. He's just the professor. I gotta get him some round glasses like this. We're gonna call him the professor, Professor Ramon. There you go. That would work. I don't think he liked that too much. I can see him on the screen. He didn't like that at all. He did not like that comment at all. If you saw his response, I can see all the cameras. It's pretty funny. But anyway, that's why I said it. I just wanted to see his response. That was worth it. All right, Mindy, Tony's Picks. Mindy is where you'll find her over on Twitter. Of course, get signed up to her long-term pass promo code. Tony T at checkout, you'll save that 20% off. All right, Mindy, have a great afternoon. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
All right, sounds good. We'll see you.
You got
Have a good night.
Mindy Hahn here on Game Day Picks. Guys, with you on Game Day Picks. You're with you here Monday through Friday here at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you like, subscribe, set notifications. Be live with us. Gets the play in real time. Shout out there in the chat room. We got Fernando in there as well, liking that play. And shout out to Mills, Mills in the locker room, in there as well. Great over across the street. All right, let's continue on here on Game Day Picks. I guess we're going to go ahead and bring in Ramon Scott. You'll catch him over at Tony'sPicks.com. We're going to leave the Professor Ramon, but that's been taken and been used so much.
Yeah, got to come up with some. I hate to think of what they could nickname me, but I got him fooled. I'll let you know that.
There we go. Here we go tonight. Limited card, but we got a good one tonight here. Dodgers and Cardinals. Good history between these teams. We see the Dodgers favorite here because it's going to be Urias on the hill here, and of course the Dodgers have been playing well. Not to mention the Cardinals have not. Cardinals have. I guess they changed the catcher, and boy, enough things can change their fortune very quickly here for this Cardinals team. They've been showing improvement there. We're seeing here Wainwright. It looks like he's a go here. They just pushed them. They wanted to push their starters back a day. They brought Liberatore in yesterday, which I thought was a good move because the Brewers can't hit lefties, and sure enough, the Brewers were, I believe, shut out in that game. Cardinals minus 149, total of 9.
Yeah, I get to this one. Cards and the Dodgers. Yeah, you mentioned this history. It goes way back, and I was telling Mindy today, I used to love those games, the Yankees and the Royals back in the day, when the games were on TV and you only had the division winners. Cardinals and the Dodgers bet in some of those games back in the 70s. And so let's get with it here in 2023 with Urias and Wainwright. Yeah, Wainwright hasn't been quite there yet in his 2 starts. Coming off the injured list, missed a part of the season here. We know he's missed plenty of time, actually, and then got to this point and hasn't looked that great so far. So they'll give him a start here, of course. You're not going anywhere without Waney. And, they just had the option to move him back. So just 15 hits allowed so far and 10 innings pitched this season for Wainwright. Decent numbers against the Dodgers in his career. Of course, he's getting older, a little long in the tooth in this Dodger lineup. Well, what can't I tell you about them, Tony? I mean, they just keep rolling, and now all of a sudden they're getting away from everybody in the National League West, from the entire league probably with these guys. I mean, look, one of the problems heading into the season, if the Dodgers are ever going to have any, but, maybe we counted them down a little bit. But then Gavin Lux goes down. Oh, what are we going to do? We lose Gavin Lux. We, don't have Taylor anymore. We're going to have to Turner anymore. We're going to have to maneuver this thing. Well, we'll just put Mookie in here. We'll move him in from outfield to second base, shortstop, wherever we need Mookie. He's having a great time, looking great. And then, what are we going to do? We'll get guys like Rogers in here, and Rojas, even when he's down. Vargas steps up. Outman's in the line. Rookie of the year so far. Outman can do the job in this offense. Their offense has moved in the top 10 offenses in my book so far with these guys. And Outman hit the whole grand slam yesterday. So it just pains me to talk about these guys, but I imagine Freddie could have a big day against Wainwright. He doesn't have, like I said, great numbers. I think he's barely over 250 in his career against him, but I don't know. When I think of this matchup right now, I think Freddie could have a big day. Mookie, Muncy, they all could probably hit Waney today, unless he could absolutely turn his fortunes around here. For some reason, the Cardinals aren't playing well at home this season. Sure, they've kind of turned their season around a little bit, winning 8 of their last 10 games. They are still just 8-14 at home. We'll see how they do here. The first game of 4-game homestand against these tough Dodgers, certainly, who with Urias so far, 52 and a third inning pitched. Strikeout last 3 starts all this month, 2.29 ERA. Dodgers have won 6 of his 9 starts. Now the Dodgers were mired at 500, and they took on the Cardinals back in April, swept the season series from them right there, and went on to win 12 of their next 15 games after that for their 15 and uh, 3 run that's now turned into 19 of their last 25 games victories for the Dodgers. They've won 6 straight series. They're also long-term in these game 1, 60-23, game 1 of a series. So, man, Dave Roberts, I think back when, former Padre as well, and he walked in there with some of the new school, if you will. The Padres kind of said, we're not too interested in new school. Well, the Dodgers embraced Dave Roberts and what he brought, and now look what he's done with this team. Sure, gets a nice payroll to work with, gets some great talent, but even when they were counted as underdogs to start the season, they've already found themselves on top in a little bit of a comfortable position, and we're in the middle of May. So Urias 5-3 at 3.61 ERA. I think the advantage here is that starting pitcher today. You mentioned the lineups for the Dodgers. Basically, they have to put this catcher, Tony, in the middle of their lineup, and that's the problem because this guy can't hit either. And that's kind of sticking out like a sore thumb a little bit. Now, he missed a couple games with injury, but I think he'll be back in there tonight. So they did score 18 runs the other night against Milwaukee. Give them credit. They did take 2 of 3 from the Brewers in that one. And like I said, the Cardinals have started to turn around here. Maybe it's a high price. Can't make it on my premium list. I'm going to apparently, I'm pretty square in this one with taking the Dodgers at such a big price. I guess Joe Square is going to lay it too, and apparently all those Sharpie guys are, I guess, on the Cardinals. But I'm not going to trust those guys here. I'll take those Dodgers to win today.
Yeah, the sharps are mixed. There's some Vegas sharps that like the Dodgers today, and there's the offshore sharps like the Cardinals. So it's kind of a Vegas versus the world type of scenario here. I'm seeing 49s there at the sharpest book in the world, in the 50s here in the Vegas sharp books, and of course that's how I'm seeing this one here today with the Dodgers and the Cardinals. I mean, the trends are very strong here, especially with Urias on the hill. And Urias is favored here at this price point, -100 to -150. 16-3 is the team record. So a road favorite -110 or higher. Urias lifetime team record behind Urias 39-12. On the road as a favorite in this range, -100 to -150, 18-4 team record. So Urias just again in the night games 40-11. It's just again the big trends here favoring Urias when he's when the Dodgers are favored to win.
Yeah, I don't expect Tony the Cardinals to be a team that's going to be playing 8 games under 500 for every quarter of the season, certainly. So I think that their 8-14 record at home that I mentioned is just an anomaly a little bit about having their poor start. The fact that they've kind of turned things around here on the road and against one of their top rivals, if not their second top rival, the Brewers, to me has to show that they are getting things together a little bit there in St. Louis. So I do think they will be on the improve at this point. But, man, there's just no stopping these Dodgers right now. It's so ridiculous what they do. Yeah, I'm whining about it, but I got to be honest here about what's going on. They're doing it again, and it's a good product to watch too. So no problem there. Like what I see out of Urias over the last 3 starts. I mean, you could chalk up certainly his I don't even want to say they're non-Urias like. They're still decent numbers for any pitcher out there, and he's going to have a good season. But the fact that he's already gotten it down so far this month to 2.25 ERA, I would think that is going to on the road here, could be susceptible to a third run or so. But Dodgers, I mean, they've been scoring at least 4 runs. It seems like in every game during this current stretch. The offense is certainly clicking, and Wainwright is certainly 5 innings each start, so give him credit there that he's already up to some pretty good, it's probably ended up getting removed as well because of both the pitch count and a little bit of ineffectiveness. But coming in late in the season to where he's at, that's pretty good. So I do expect him to just be durable, give him the innings tonight, but he's going to have to lower that 7.2 ERA.
All right, there, Ramon here with Dodgers. Lay the minus 155 or do your shopping, get better number there. This is the sharpest book in the world up there at minus 149. This one will have a start time 7:45 Eastern time. All right, Ramon, let's take a look over at Tony's Picks right now. Of course, you are continuing to hold that top of the leaderboard here at Tony'sPicks.com for the year. 4,867 units of profit for 2023. That's all documented over at Tony'sPicks.com. Verifiable by going to Ramon's handicapper page over at Tony's Picks. Go down to Pick History. You can see every play there documented. All right, Ramon, limited card today with 2 on baseball here as well as a single from NHL and NBA. What do you have going over at Tony's Picks?
Yeah, take a look at my 3-pack tonight. It's going to involve Eastern Conference Eastern Conference Finals action in the NHL between the Carolina Hurricanes and the Florida Panthers, as well as Western Conference Game 2, Lakers, Nuggets. Got my 2 plays in those games, 1 play in each game. Plus my top baseball play tonight. Got 1 play in the major leagues tonight for a 3-pack for $30 over at Tony'sPicks.com. You can use that promo code TonyT at checkout to save 20% off my featured package on this slow night, but it's a big night because we got 2 very, very important playoff games. We're down to the final 4 teams in each of the 2 playoff sports right now, so these are important games, the toughest games to handicap, so come on aboard, get with me on tonight's games over at Tony'sPicks.com. And for you, Tony, just for you, hey, if you're going to handicap Mexican football, you better be involved in tonight's game in the playoff Classico, Tony. Chivas and America, they're going to play in their semifinal first leg. So if you claim to be interested in Mexican football, why wouldn't I have this one tonight, Tony? If I'm going to pick one game all year, even if that were the case, I mean, this has got to be the one. Chivas, America, yeah, it's a 2-leg playoff, and tonight's the first leg. But Chivas is at home in this one. America's got the second leg, of course. They're the better team. They're the favorite team, and we'll see what happens tonight. But I've got this one up as my $15 play tonight in Liga MX. We saw what happened last night in the other game. Finished as a low-scoring game, Tony, but we'll see here with Chivas and America. If you've never seen these 2 teams, I mean, this is the Classico series in Mexican football, the 2 historic franchises. So maybe take a look at this one tonight. It'll be late. It'll be kind of wrapping up there, or the other sports will still be, the playoff games will be going, they'll end, and you can probably catch the tail end of this one if you're just looking for a little more action, because we know it drops off quickly tonight with our sports. Not much late action here anyway. That NBA game will last about just as long as this soccer match probably, but check it out. Big game tonight, Liga MX, and I've got a play for you in this one. Should be fun and exciting, and well, kind of like a telenovela, as we call it, right? In Mexico, a little drama with these 2 teams always, it seems like. Gets kind of crazy too, so check it out tonight. All right, Tony, yeah, that's what we're going to focus in on tonight. Light card, we'll get it going this weekend. I'm watching golf as well as the baseball action here today, so should be a fun weekend. MMA this week as well. Then they'll take a week off. They need a week off, believe me. Both major organizations will take next week off. Got to regroup a little bit and let try to get some of these good fights going again. They're kind of tailing off a little bit over these last couple of cards. They're going at it pretty heavy with cards every week. So there will be a card, though, this week here at the Apex in Las Vegas in the UFC. So fun weekend, and we got one more day to go this Friday, but watching the golf right now, it's pretty exciting. PGA Championship, letting these live golfers in here. You know, the rules are, Tony, the PGA Tour, they don't sanction the majors, so they kind of get to choose. And maybe there's a little controversy about who's getting invited and who's not. So I don't think I called it the right thing, but you know what I'm talking about, those daytime dramas.
That's right. That's right. Get on board. Let's got over at Tony's Picks. Put the numbers up there again for you right now. 4,867 units of profit. Top unit producer over at Tony'sPicks.com for the year. Get on board with Ramon. He's got that 3-pack tonight. The NBA playoff game, NHL playoff game, and a baseball up there on the 3-pack. And again, for you folks that like late night actions, tonight's Liga MX semifinal soccer play up there, Classico semifinal. Leg 1 here, so get on board there. Of course, Ramon from San Diego, he knows all about Mexican soccer, having grown up around that area. He does go to Tijuana in his youth and even his adult life, and taking apart some of the game, because Tijuana has the Zolos team over there. So and of course he does watch it on TV, follows it, so he knows the league here. So knows the history of the league, and yeah, you can feel confident with the play. $15 premium play up there. The best bet tonight comes from Liga MX semifinal here in the playoffs. Of course, they crowned 2 champions of the league in Mexico. They cut their leagues in two seasons in 1 year. Interesting how they do that.
Well,
obviously,
that sounds like something Tony T could endorse. That sounds like something Tony T likes.
I like that, right? They do that for the money, the TV money. They need to keep people interested. And of course, they crown 2 champions a year in Mexican soccer. So that's how it rolls there. And I think they play it in the following year. These 2 teams, the winners square off again in some sort of tournament. Of course, they're gonna milk it for the most money possible. But anyway, there you go. Get your playoff Liga MX semifinal best bet right now. They're on the site. We're going to see more soccer action from Ramon, as well as we're dwindling down into the summer. We'll probably see some MLS as well from Ramon before we know it. Of course, we still have the Champions League and tournaments around the world as well. So get on board, Ramon. You got that 3-pack up there. And instead of buying the plays individually, you may opt for the longer-term pass. We showed you the great year Ramon's having. You may consider the weekly pass or the monthly all-sports pass. That 1-month all-sports pass gets you all of Ramon's premium plays here for 30 days. Includes the remainder of the NBA playoffs, the remainder of the NHL playoffs. We'll get you through the championship rounds, the final 2 rounds of these playoffs. Also, all of 30 days of baseball, the peripheral sports Ramon's into. We know about that. He liked the tennis. We're going to also get into some UFC. When there's UFC cards, Ramon will have a UFC package for you there on Saturday. Sometimes gets into Bellator as well. We'll see. Of course, we're seeing the peripheral sports as well with the Liga MX as well from Ramon. So go ahead and get signed up with that. Of course, we'll do the math on the 1-month pass. You'll save 20% off all premium pick packages when you use that promo code TonyT at checkout. That's $66 off that 1-month pass. You can access Ramon's page by clicking the link you see there in the description. Click the All Cappers tab. You'll land right on Ramon's page. Go ahead and get signed up. Ramon, we put together a tour account for you where you can find out more about the service. Tony's Picks Ramon, so free picks up there as well. Another show in the archives right now with the morning steam today, and of course more content there as you moderate the Discord.
Yeah, Tony, those were interesting comments, because big news actually today out of San Diego. They announced this morning that they are the latest recipients, barring any bump in the road with the $500 million deposit, that they will be the next MLS franchise in San Diego. They built the new stadium down there, tore down that old relic, built that stadium for the Aztecs, and their first major tenant, maybe if you want to call them that. They do play a couple other sports in there, including that top tier rugby league, and also the NWSL. But now they'll add a big tenant here to start in 2025 with an expansion team headed up by the Mansour Group out of London. He's a very rich man from Egypt, and also the local Sequan casino out there. They'll team up and put a MLS entry in to San Diego, which they were shunning San Diego a little bit with that old stadium. They said, "Oh, you got a nice, shiny new stadium? Yeah, we'll come down there." Kind of interesting because also San Diego has a team in the next tier down, so a little bit of, uncomfortable feeling there for Landon Donovan, heads up that team as the general manager. So they're like, "We're not going anywhere." So maybe San Diego have two professional teams in that trying in that three-tiered system that they kind of have there. So, anyways, Tony, check out Tony's picks, Ramon. We'll get another pick for you here. Try to find one tonight. We're running out of action here. Maybe we'll go to more tennis. That's what I gave you in the embedded videos today. In the leaderboard video, I went all the way to tomorrow's action in the women's side of the Italian Open. So you want a winner, wake and win winner over there. Check out the leaderboard video embedded in the Tony's Picks site. I also have another one for you with our sponsored video, and that's coming to you in one of the major league games tonight. So check that one out at Tony'sPicks.com, our sponsored video tonight. I have another free winner there for you, and check me out in the Discord. It's getting kind of slow in there. Does anybody need another free winner? Maybe we'll drum up something from the KBO or Japan action. So, we were talking about in the chat a little bit today. One of our viewers checks us out from Japan. I said, well, what about some of the Japanese league teams? We saw Trevor Bauer already get in trouble over there. That didn't take long. Tony, I bet you could have predicted that one. Took him one game. We need a samurai sword celebration. That's real smart. After a strikeout. And one of his teammates said, in not so many words, he probably was speaking English. He said, we don't do that around here. So Bauer had to track back on that already. So, Tony, and also we'll be back with more tomorrow with Mindy and I on the morning steam. We had a couple of plays we agreed on today, and we'll probably have plenty more tomorrow with get back to a full major league card and also get ready for some weekend action. So check us out on the morning steam, 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 Central, and 6 Pacific with the Midwest premier sports handicapper Mindy Hahn and her host, Ramon Scott.
That's right, guys. Check out the morning steam here on the channel here with Ramon and Mindy. When they go live, you want to like, subscribe, and set notifications. So when Ramon and Mindy are live, you're live with them. Get the plays in real time. Get the best numbers. And, of course, when you do that, and participate in the chat, because the chat is a big part of that show. And, of course, Ramon. All right, Ramon, as always, great having the show. Continue that success, and we'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
Thanks, Tony. See you then.
You got it. Ramon Scott here on Game Day Picks. Guys, we're with you here on Game Day Picks Monday through Friday here. Oh, my goodness. The Orioles have just tied. Oh, no, they did not. Ground rule double. They hit a ground rule double here. I was looking at some of the scores here in this one. They made a really good defensive play. The Angels did, as prior to this batter, they threw a runner out trying to stretch a single to a double, and then here's another double by the Orioles, down one here, bottom ninth. So interesting, really exciting bottom of the ninth inning right now. Estevez on the hill for the Angels. And make sure, guys, like, subscribe, set notifications, be live with us, get the plays in real time to get the best numbers here. All right, let's continue on here on Game Day Picks. It's time for my play, so let me get my game card up there for you right now. I as well put that up for you. Where do I have this game card here? I've got it somewhere. I know I have it somewhere. Here we go, full odds. Lakers Nuggets going head-to-head tonight in this one, and we will be here on this. Whoop, not blank. It's the Lakers Nuggets under 226.5. I'm going under in this one. Again, I just believe that there's going to be adjustments made here after game one of this series. Man, both teams shot lights out. I mean, they shot lights out. The possessions weren't that high. When you look at the Nuggets at home, the pace, you would think they're a high-flying team. They're not. The pace has been really slow in Denver home games, under 96 possessions per 48 minutes. So I just look again for the Lakers. Again, they got here with their defense. They've been playing pretty good defense this year. And they're only averaging 110 points per 100 possessions on the road this season. So that's something I'm looking at as well with this Lakers team. Again, monster shooting game. I look for some adjustments to be made defensively. And Lakers are not the greatest three-point shooting team, just 34% in the playoffs. And looking here at this pace of play, that's something that caught my eye here in these Nuggets home games. Haven't been as fast. They're just shooting the ball lights out. But I think here with the adjustment, I think we'll see a little better defense here in game two of this series. And they're going to have to play the better on both sides, right? Because the Lakers had a really good shooting game as well in game number one. And we're going to go here on that under the total. All right, guys, make sure to check out Tony'sPicks.com. I have a best bet up there right now here from Major League Baseball on the board. Also, individual plays right now from the NBA as well as baseball up there. So got 2 premium plays up for you right now. Best bet and on one on the pick ticker here from the NBA tonight. My 3 packs are already gone off. So go ahead and get signed up right now with me over at Tony'sPicks.com. And of course, we'll put the profile page up there so you can see what we got going on today, this afternoon. Let's see, we can reload it like we always have to. And it went final here. Angels held on to win 6-5 against the Orioles. That game has gone final. There's my best bet up there right now here. Major League Baseball on the board. I do have an NBA also on the pick ticker, so that was part of my package, which is off the board right now because of my early game started. So get on board with me over at Tony'sPicks.com. Best bet on the board right now, Major League Baseball. All right, let's continue on here on the show. Let's go through the scoreboard. We got some games final right now. The Angel game just going final. We'll get you guys up to date on what's happening and what's your role here for the day. We started off here with the Angels just going final right now, end of the 9th. Yep, they recorded the final out here. It was back and forth contest. Angels out to an early lead. The Orioles fought back, took a lead. Angels fought back and got the lead late. Held on 6-5 here. This one going over the total of 8.5 runs. The Orioles big favorites here at -164. They're a very good favorite at home this year. That one goes down. Angels pull out the victory. Rays and the Mets just went final here. Mets win 3-2, game going under total. Mets were short favorites here at the close of the line. Also here, Nationals and Marlins. This one pushes a total of 8 here. It was trending under. The Nationals got some runs late, but the Marlins hold on and win 5-3 in this one. And right now we got Guardians and the White Sox locked in a 1-1 tie here. Guardians continue to have their struggle scoring runs. The Guardians in their 11 divisional games have been averaging just 1.9 runs per game. It's been just a dreadful offensive performance here with the Guardians against the division. Remember last year they were very good against the division. This year having all types of problems scoring and hitting against the division. Average just 1.9 runs per game against the AL Central. So that's something to keep an eye on in the Guardians. This one locked in a 1-1 time. And then we get into our late afternoon action, top 7 Eastern time with Yankees and Blue Jays. Blue Jays up to -135 in this one. They were -125 earlier, but Barrios trending very good at home. That is one thing to keep an eye on here with the Blue Jays. And also the Dodgers Cardinals, which we talked about. Hey, it's come down. Actually gone up. It was 149, went up to 150 now. So we're seeing some Dodger money coming in. This is the sharpest book in the world. When we're doing the segment with Ramon, it was 149, now up to 150 there with that Dodgers and Cardinals game. All right, let's get to the recap here, guys. And I'm going to, as I said, we've changed a little bit here on the recap. We want to put the games up a little bigger for you. So we put it here for those of you on phones. Panthers and Hurricanes over 5.5 from Mindy. And then we had Ramon on the Dodgers -155 against the Cardinals. And I will be on Lakers Nuggets under 226.5. All right, that's going to do it here for this edition here of Game Day Picks. Guys, make sure you tune in again tomorrow live at 3 Eastern. We'll do it all again. We'll bring in our cappers here from Tony's Picks, and we'll get out the plays for you live on the show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, set those notifications. We want you guys live with us. Get the plays in real time. Get the best numbers. Shout out there to the folks in the chat as well. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us here today. Fernando, Mindy was in there as well. Mills, with a shout out as well. And of course, Fernando in there, like Newcastle here. Lakers money line, says Fernando. And of course, he did give out Newcastle money line on Ramon and Mindy's show, and Newcastle 2-0 there. So everything good, looking good there here. Fernando Mendoza, thank you for your contributions today here on the show. All right, that's going to do it for our show. Let's go ahead and bring in our crew from today. And go ahead and wave goodbye, guys. You guys have a great afternoon, evening. We'll catch up with you again here tomorrow on Game Day.